Hi, my name is Sanjeev. Today we are going to talk about project communications management. So in an organization we have two types of communication. One is the office communication and one is the project communication. So office communication, the communication is for the whole organization. Like for example, there is a leave tomorrow, so that is a kind of office communication. But when we talk about project communication, it is the communication specific to the project. So that is what we are going to talk today. So project communication management, we have three major activities. One is we are going to plan how the communication will go throughout the project. So we are going to plan it properly, otherwise tracking of the communication will be very tough throughout the project. So in the planning, project communication plan, we can use a template which may be available in your organization. So we are going to plan how the communication will go throughout the project. So in the plan we are going to define who is responsible for who is responsible for what type of report, how frequently we are going to have the communication, and what are the reports which will be sent out to the stakeholders and when. So all this detailed planning of communication will be done in the project communication planning. So to do this planning, we should know the requirement of the project. We should also understand we should also have the stakeholders register, so that we can send if we have to send out set of emails, we should understand, we should know what are the stakeholders involved in the project. So next one is managing the communication. So once everything is planned, how we have planned, like how frequently we are going to have a meeting within the team, how frequently we are going to have meeting with the stakeholders, and what type of report should be sent out to this particular stakeholders, and what kind of reports will be sent to the particular team. For example, in the high level executives, we cannot send all the details report to the high level executives. We are going to send only the dashboard of the project. But if we have to share the information to the team lead, we are going to send a detailed report to the team members. So these are the type of reports which we will select, and we will identify which type of report will be sent to the set of people. So that everything will be defined in the project communication plan. After the project communication plan is framed, the next level is managing the communication. So in this phase we are going to manage the communication in a very effective way throughout the project. So there are some of the components which I listed down in this phase. One is first is the collect, distribute, store and retrieve. So these are some components in this particular phase. So we are going to create a report. So that is what we create the report, and during the report creation we need to collect some data from the stakeholders, or we may need to collect some data from any kind of source. That kind of collection is done in this phase. Then after the report is prepared, we are going to send to the set of people, to the right audience. Right, so that is what we do in the distribution. This is the distribution, and after the reports are sent out through the particular distribution list, we are going to store the information properly in our repository. That is what we do in the repository. And when we have another called retrieval. So once we have stored information, project information in a particular place, it also should be very easy to retrieve back and for the reuse. For example, I sent a report few days back, and we are going to discuss on the report today, and how will I retrieve back, how will I get the information in a very fast way. So that will also define in the retrieval. This is all about managing the communication. The next phase is control communication. So as a project manager, if you send out an email to stakeholders and the stakeholders did not reply back after 3 days or 4 days, we are going to send out a gentle reminder for the reply. So that is also one type of control we do during the communication, right? So, and another example is the issue log. For example, we have set of defects in an IT project, or maybe issue log. In that issue log, one particular issue will be assigned to a particular person or resource and particular date. for the issue completion. So following up of those issue log is also a kind of controlled communication. And another one is through meeting. So meeting is the one effective form of communication control, right? And here I draw some diagram which is not so clear, but I can read it out. This is the effective communication, and we have four item in this effective of communication. First one is the right format, and second one is the right time, the third one is right audience, and the last one is the right impact. So for example, let's discuss about this right format. For example, I'm going to send out an email to the project executive, right? So if I send an email on the with lot of details on the project to the executive or high level managers, so that is not the right format, because he is not interested in the detail of the project. He is just interested in the dashboard of the project, what is going on, maybe the traffic light, whether the project is going green, whether the project is going amber, or whether his project is not going good. So that is the only information he required. So we also, that's why we need to set the right format for the right set of people, right? So, and the next one is the right time. Say for example, I was supposed to send out a report today, I could not send it, and we are supposed to get the reply tomorrow. But I forgot to send out a report, I forgot to communicate to the team, and when I came back from the vacation, I sent out after 3-4 days. That is not the right way of sending, the right way of communicating. So when we have impact, say for example, I have to send a report today, I have to send the report today, right? So that is what we call right time. And the next one is the right audience, right? So we have a report, like say for example, we have a detailed report, as I've discussed here in the right format. We have a detailed report. So what this particular report should send to what set of people, that is what we call right audience. Say for example, if I send only the dashboard to my team members, they will shoot me an email again, say asking for the details of the project. So they are the not right person, they are not right audience for the dashboard, but because they need a detailed report, that's why we have to understand the right audience of the report. When we do the communication, we also have to see what is the audience. Next one is the right impact. So right impact is all about the content of the message. Say for example, if I want to convey a message to a set of people, but the content of the message is not appropriate, or the content of the message is not correct, so I will not be able to convey the message properly to the recipients. So if we also have to focus on the content of the message, we also have to focus on the content of the report. When we send out any kind of information, we have to focus on the content, so that the message which I want to send was received properly. So that is all about right impact. So these are the 4 critical part of effective communication. So communication as a whole is a vital process in a project. If the communication process is not proper, it will impact the timeline of the project, it will create a lot of noise in the project, and this also can disappoint the stakeholders. Thank you very much.